Good evening, y'all. I'm Donnie, and I'd like to invite you to join me for a pipe, and of course, a pour, here on International Pipe Smoking Day. I hope you all are enjoying a fantastic Tuesday, otherwise known as International Pipe Smoking Day. I know it's a little late to be coming to you guys now with my International Pipe Smoking Day greetings, but more often than not, this is when I sit down and wind down and enjoy a pipe is in the evening. So please forgive me for my tardiness in jumping in on all the festivities. I don't know. Anyway, hope everyone's doing well this week so far. Yep. The primary reason is I wanted to give a shout out and a big thanks to my new friend Wes Meisberger. Wes, if I mispronounced that, I'm terribly sorry. Wes from Cincinnati, we'll go with that. Wes was kind enough to send me some samples, a couple of English blends, and a really nice smelling aromatic, which I can't get to until March. I'm focused on English right now. We'll get there. So big thanks to you, Wes. Really do appreciate it. Very generous of you to send this stuff my way. We'll get to that in just a moment. First, of course, Armchair Ed mentioned something the other day about starting a tradition. And I know that Mutton Shop has the same thing. Mutton Shop has a blend and a pipe that he only smokes on this day. And it got me thinking, what kind of tradition could I go with? What could I come up with that's like means something? And that's why I selected this pipe. If you guys have been with me for any amount of time at all, you may recognize this as the BriarWorks Bullmoose C111. And it holds a special place in my pipe smoking heart because it is the pipe that got me back into smoking a pipe. So I decided, let me go back to where I started with the BriarWorks Bullmoose. Reliable, trustworthy. This is the pipe that got me back into pipe smoking. I was like, all right, so there's something significant with that, right? There's some significance to this pipe. And I got thinking about a blend. What would be a good blend that, I don't know that I want to limit myself to just a blend that I smoke once a year on International Pipe Smoking Day, because I do smoke so infrequently that I don't want to limit myself to only touch a certain blend once a year. So I was like, well, let me think about if I pop a tin, if I open something new that I've never tried before. And then I was sitting there at my desk in my office thinking about this earlier today, and I looked over to the box that Wes sent me. And I was like, that's what I'll do. I will try something brand new to me. And so that's what I'm smoking here tonight. Let's play a little game. When I say Straus Tobacconist, what do you think of? I'll wait. Don't have to wait very long, do we? We think Straus Tobacconist, we think Sleepy Hollow. We may think Wenceslas in around Christmas. Wes is from Cincinnati, which is where Straus Tobacconist is. And apparently he frequents there, which is awesome. And so he sent me some selections from Straus Tobacconist. So from now on, when you think of Straus Tobacconist in Cincinnati and in northern Kentucky, wherever that other one is in northern Kentucky, it's on the tip of my tongue, can't think of it. Anyway, I want you to also consider thinking about English blends. Well, why, Donnie? because that's what's in here. I'm smoking the Straus Tobacconist's private stock plain. Apparently they have a private stock aromatic, and the private stock plain that I'm smoking tonight is their English blend. And it is quite nice. And so this is one of the things I mentioned to Wes. Because of the way Straus is set up as far as their online retail, we only know to call them to place an order for the things that they promote on their social media sites, which is typically Sleepy Hollow and Wenceslas. The rest of the year, I have no idea. I wouldn't know what to ask for when I called up to place an order with them until now. Wes was also kind enough to send me another English blend from them called Balkan Supreme, right up my alley right now, which, as a matter of fact, I did smoke a bowl this afternoon. Took a little break from work. Things got a little bit slow. And I tried that Balkan Supreme. Very light English. I am reading my notes. Please forgive me. Not much floral on it. More of the Latakia and the Virginias coming through. Not much of floral, so it may not have much of a presence of the Turkish Oriental leaves. I don't really know the makeup because I couldn't find anything about it. I found the palate to be a very solid, straightforward Balkan. There was a very slight kind of rich, chocolatey woodiness there at one point, with a little light sweetness, but mostly just, pretty good and smoky. Enjoyed it very much. Wasn't great, but it was very good. And then tonight, like I said, diving into their private stock plain. So this is interesting. The note that Wes sent me indicated he gets a lot of Latakia and some bready notes from it. And again, I couldn't find much of anything online to describe the components of it. So I would assume Virginia base with Latakia in it, obviously. I assumed some additional Oriental Turkish leaf of some sort, but I don't know if there's any other component in there. And I don't know anything. I'm just a knucklehead who enjoys a pipe and a pour with some friends. But right out of the bat, just the nose on it was very light smokiness. So I don't know if this has any age on it or not. Matter of fact, I do. So Wes was, like I said, super duper kind. He sent me a whole, that's a nice sample there, buddy. Thank you. But he's got on there 1023. So I'm guessing this is from October of last year. So it's got a little age, but not a lot. But I still don't get on the room note or on the nose much of that Latakia smokiness that I would expect. What I do get is a very light, fruity sweetness. Initially, I was picking up sort of a very light grapey, and I've used that before, and I've yet to figure out what that comes from. Is that Perique? If anybody has ever experienced that sort of grapey, and not like Captain Black grape where, sprayed on and synthetic, but a natural sweetness, fruity sweetness that all I could figure out was grapey. I don't know. I'm almost finished with this, by the way, because I've tried this video, I don't know, 5-6 times. Still not. Still don't have it together completely tonight. But this is really good. I am enjoying it very much. You guys ever had fruit stripe scum Of course you have. I pick up a little fruit stripes gum on the sweetness aspect of this Straus private stock plain. Does that make sense to y'all? If it does or not, that's what I'm tasting. Mm-hmm. Yes, the room note is nice. I'm not getting the depth. It's not a real deep, rich. I'm not getting the dark chocolatey. I'm not getting the barbecue kind of smokiness. I'm just trying to figure out the components. My brain is stuck on that right now. I don't know why. Because I can't quite put my finger on it. Anyway, whatever the case, it is very good, and I do appreciate it, Wes. Thank you so much. And again, I'll recommend you guys, the next time you call Straus to place your order, maybe find out what else they've got to offer besides Wenceslas and Sleepy Hollow. I know that when I call them in the fall to place my order, I will probably be asking for some other goodies in there, like the private stock plain. And maybe they've got some other Englishes on board, like the Balkan Supreme. Those are both good, high quality blends from Straus Tobacconist. Who knew? I did not. I will tell you, it's interesting. It's a very shaggy, rough cut on there. And that's not nothing negative in that. That's just the cut of it, with your typical light brown, darker leaves in there. So while the appearance may seem shaggy, there are no rough edges. There's nothing rough about this at all. And like I said, this is, I don't know how many attempts I've tried to make this video, and I've nearly smoked the whole bowl down. No bite, no burn, no rough edges, very smooth, very balanced. Maybe that's it. Whereas a couple weeks ago I had one that was slight. Everything was slight. A slight this, a slight that. Maybe the deal with Straus Private Stock Plain is well balanced. I certainly think it is. Tonight's pour, black tea. So, thank you guys for joining me tonight for a pipe and a pour. Hope you've had a fantastic International Pipe Smoking Day. I hope tomorrow is a fantastic day after International Pipe Smoking Day, where you still pack a bowl and enjoy a pipe, which I'm sure you will. And thanks for joining me on this little journey through English blends. The more time I spend, the better I think I'm getting better at being able to distinguish the components and pick them out. And I wouldn't be able to go so far as to tell you the percentages of which leaf is in which blend. Nah. And no. I'm a long way from that, if it's even possible. I don't know. But I'm enjoying it very much. I hope you guys are enjoying it as well. And if you guys are taking notes, let me know what you're working on with English blends, and what you're finding with some of these that you've tried before. That's one of the things I love about the community we have here, is the shared experience. May not be the same time, same place, same background, same anything, but we can put the same blend in a bowl and enjoy it. Preferably together, but as it is, we'll accept this as a substitute until we can get together. So, thank you guys again for joining me for a pipe and a pour this evening. It's getting late now. And I hope you guys take care of each other. Take care of yourselves. Take care of one another. Come back to see me soon. Pipe and a pour. Y'all take care. We'll see you.